A subset of the quid pro quo compliancy trigger is called reciprocal concessions. And in Robert Cialdini's book, Influence, A Psychology of Persuasion, he tells a great story about he was approached by a young Boy Scout who tried to get him to buy $5 tickets to a circus. After Cialdini declined, the boy asked him if he'd buy a $1 chocolate bar from him. And Cialdini ended up buying the chocolate bar, even though Cialdini hates chocolate. And you might be thinking, well, Cialdini probably bought the chocolate bar because he felt bad for the little chap. And while that might be the case, the boy exploited two important compliancy triggers. The first one being reciprocal concessions. Because the boy made a concession, Cialdini felt obligated to make one himself. And we're hardwired so when someone makes a concession to us, we feel compelled to make one back. The boy also exploited the compliancy trigger apples to oranges. Because the chocolate bar was so much cheaper than tickets to the circus, Cialdini thought, it's only $1. Car salesmen are masters at exploiting the compliancy trigger apples to oranges. They will artificially inflate the price of a car. Customer comes in, customer sees the car, then the salesman drops the bomb and tells them the price of the car. The customer feels chagrined and says, that's more than I want to spend. And the car salesman says, Bill, I really like you. You seem like a really good guy. I'm going to give you the car at a highly discounted price. And Bill, the customer, feels compelled to buy the car because he thinks he's getting a steal. Now you might think, wouldn't the salesman make more sales if he was authentic and genuine and told the customer the price of the car from the get-go? Absolutely not. By the car salesman putting the actual price of the car in juxtaposition to the inflated price, the customer thinks he's getting a steal and feels compelled to buy. So I want to give you an example of how you can exploit both the reciprocal concessions and the apples to oranges compliancy trigger at the same time. Let's say you're in a bar and there's a woman that you really hit it off with. The two of you just totally get along. She's really digging you. She's really attracted to you. But you sense that she has a few reservations about going back to your place. Maybe say to her, you are so cute and you have such great energy. Tonight, I'm going to take you with me to Amsterdam. And when we get there, we're going to dress up as rabbis. And we're going to sell hot dogs, pork hot dogs, on the street of Amsterdam to support ourselves. Are you game? And the girl will probably be like, yeah. And then, maybe look at her like you're ashamed. Like you're about to make this big confession. Look down and look up at her and say, I don't think we can actually get tickets to Amsterdam tonight. But you know what? Let's go back to my house and we'll have an absinthe party. You have an absinthe, right? It would be so much fun. Now, the trick to making this work is you have to do it with complete congruence. If you do it with congruence, it's going to work beautifully.